Greetings and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Neverwinter Nights. Alright, as long as we're in the Cutlass, might as well rest. Should have really have done that off screen. But well, we're here now. Let's go find some people that want something done.
Hello there.
This elf seems upset about something, which in this city really comes as no surprise. Might I ask your name, friend? Oh, yes, my name's Ellenwood. Ellenwood Dialine. You are? I am called Malcolm. I suppose I'm happy to meet you, Malcolm, though I wish the occasion were brighter. Is there something you wanted of me? What's so terrible about today? My sister, my dear Vane, is being held by Captain Curth, the most powerful of the High Captains fighting for control of the city. I have paid him a fortune in ransom, begged him even to release her, but he refuses. There's no authority for me to turn to. Curth does as he pleases. I fear I shall never see her again. Why is Curth holding her captive? She is a beautiful woman. When his men raided our home and took most of my wealth, she caught his eye, and he took her too. I dare not imagine what he has done to her. Where is she being held, do you know? Curth once had a tower not far from here, but it was burned down in the recent fighting. My Yvain could be dead, and if not, she is wherever Curth has moved to. Some say that his bloody hands have taken over the West Harbor district, walled it off from the rest of the city. If so, I have no clue how anyone might reach her. My sister still has some skill with magic. I would have hoped it would allow her to escape Curth on her own, but that doesn't appear to be the case. I could rescue her for you. You do seem like one who knows his way with a sword. Well, a hammer, really. I do not wish to endanger Yvain further, but oh, if there's a chance for her rescue, I've been told that near Curth's ruined tower there's a gap in the wall which may lead into the West Harbor. I have been too frightened to try it myself, but perhaps you could attempt it. Here, I'm giving you a ring that belongs to Yvain. If you find her, she will likely be so frightened. This will let her know that I've sent you. Perhaps it will help. Find Yvain, please, I beg you. Find her, or tell me what has become of her. I will die if I do not know. Yvain will be returned safe and sound. I promise, as a paladin. That I appreciate as your promise. I pray that you find Yvain and return her to me. She does not deserve the cruel fate I fear awaits her. Well, fate doesn't really work that way, does it? Fate is as fate is, and nobody changes that. This noblewoman has obviously seen better times. Clothes worn thin, she appears completely despondent.
Please forgive me, but I am in no mood to speak. I am sure others here will accommodate you.
Who are you? I am, or rather, I was, the Countess Londa Whitesnow. That means nothing anymore. Now I'm merely Londa. What happened? I see you intend to be persistent. Very well. You wish to know what is wrong? I shall tell you, though my story is not a unique one here. That evil man, High Captain Baram, invaded our home with his soldiers. He desired all our wealth to pay for his army and his war, no doubt. My husband objected, naturally. Without even a thought, Baram. He cut my husband down, murdered him. I still remember his laughter as he took my children, all 9 of them. 9? Wow, you must have had a busy life. And turned me out of my home. Once he was done with it, he burned it to the ground. Now my husband is dead, and that fiend holds my children. I know nothing of their fate, and have nothing left, and nowhere to turn. That is my tale, sir. That is very sad. Aye, it is very sad. I would do anything to have my children back, but Baram will not even see me, and no one can help. Perhaps I could help. Could you? I would give anything to have my children safe from that fiend, or to at least know that they are all right. I could reward you. I have no coin here, but my husband had some saved. I know where it is, and I could tell you. It would be enough, I think. I'll do what I can. I'm glad to hear it. Have you any questions for me then? Where can I find Baram? His men once had a base in the slums, but that was burned down more than a month ago as the war in the streets went on. Where he has gone now, since, I simply do not know. Some people say he lives in the sewers now, but I truly hope not. Why would Baram be holding your children? I wish I knew. Perhaps he has some sinister purpose in mind for them. I do not even want to imagine it. I am hoping he has already sent them somewhere or released them, and I simply do not know where they are. Do you know where your children might be? No, I have heard no news, and Baram will tell me nothing. He is the only one who could know where they are. Well, that's a bit of a stupid question, but does Baram have any enemies? Aye, the other high captains who he has fought would be with these long weeks. Only Kurf remains, but no one is sure where he is. Kurf when Baram dead, it is certain. I'll go now. You have given me a glimmer of hope. I wish you the best of luck. Yeah, well, you'll need my best luck. Luckily I have a halfling with me, so some luck is automatically guaranteed. I don't need ale, so yeah, that's nice, kids. Go away. Right, there's no need for me to go into the kitchen. Let's go on, move to the brothel. Maybe find some relaxation and conversation, whatever strikes my fancy. Oh, well, thank you, dear woman. This well-rounded, worthy-looking woman seems to be able to cope with the rigorous treatment of the rowdy men in this establishment with a firm hand. Well, she black knives and bloody hands. She's really got them in hand if they're not fighting.
Hello there, darling. Do make yourself welcome.
Who are you? My name is Bella, darling. I keep my boys and girls safe and the customers happy. If you're ever unhappy, you come see me. I'll change your mind, you'll see. Now, you have me at a disadvantage, however. Might I know your name? My name is Malcolm. You're not from here, Malcolm, are you? I like that in a man. I may have to snap you up myself, but that's neither here nor there. Is there something that Bela can do for you? We have satin, we have wine, we have pickles, anything you like. Pickles? It's for the gnomes. They like their pickles sour and their women tall. Don't ask me why. Ooh. Good thing I don't have body knock with me then. What kind of place is this? This? This is a palace of pleasure, dear man. There are men and women who can take your mind away from the terrible world outside for a time. They work here of their own free will? Naturally they do, darling. There are far worse ways in Luskin to make a living than spend your time surrounded by luxury and fine company. If you do not believe me, however, you are certainly free to ask them yourself. Just don't make trouble. That's all I ask. Could I ask you some questions? Because I don't need to know the rest. You go right ahead and ask me your questions, darling. How can you run this place with all the fighting going on? It's not like I have much choice, darling. The High Captains all want a place that keeps their men happy, so they make sure that we don't close down. And besides, a very happy soldier is much better thing than a very unhappy soldier. You take my meaning, sugar? We still have to give most our gold to each of the High Captains to keep the peace, but it's better living than most these days. Tell me what's going on in Luskan. That's a mighty big question, darling. The simple answer is that the High Captains one day decided which of them would be the one and the only High Captain, and began to kill each other, and the city. Boys will be boys, I suppose. I'm willing to bet you want to know more about than that, though. Is there anyone who can put a stop to it? There are wizards in the host now could, I suppose. Looks like they don't want to. When did all this fighting begin? Only a few weeks ago. Has it only been that long? Yes, I think it has. Simply amazing. It was about the same time we heard about the plague in Neverwinter, I think. Alright, tell me more about these High Captains. Yeah, there used to be 5. There's just these 2 left. It'll be so much better for us once they kill each other off once and for all. But perhaps I shouldn't talk like such. How do you feel about them, Sugar? I think I agree with you. Now there's a smart boy. I knew you were at gold the minute I laid eyes on you. Yes, I did. You know, since you feel the way you do, you might want to go up and talk to Rain. She's one of my girls upstairs. Shh. Don't ask why, sweetie. Just trust me. Alright, very well. Goodbye. Leaving so soon? Be careful then, sweet thing. What a nice woman. I don't think I've ever met a nicer woman in all my life. Now I could loot, but I'm not going to because there's really nothing here I want. And it slows the game down a bit. Alright, well, we can look for Rain. But perhaps there's another one here that's named like Herb. This outlandishly dressed male, gnome prostitute, smells faintly of turnips. Not the earthy farm-like turnip smell, but like he's wearing some kind of turnip-based perfume. Ugh. That sounds horrible.
I'm asking myself, is this lad here for a conversation? Or does he have some gnome fetish that I dare not even ask about? I'm hoping for the former, but being a quality gnome like myself, anything is possible!
Who are you? Herb Jansen's the name. Or of the Culver Jansens originally, but then that branch of family are really exiles from the Thunder Mountain Jansen clan, so perhaps we shouldn't be bragging about that. Still, it's quite a tale how my family made its terrible trek all the way to Culver. Nary a turnip to be found on that trip, let me tell you. Even more remarkable is how I ended up in this job, considering my former career as chest connoisseur. A chest connoisseur? Ah yes, those were the days, weren't they? The making of proper chests was once a noble profession. They were pieces of art, I tell you. And not these flimsy things that they make today, that any two-bit human and thief with a half a mind could pick. Not that I'm insinuating anything. As a young little gnome in Culver, all I thought about was what were fine chests and the living I would make of them. Alas, it was not to be. Pleasure is all I'm about now. I've never heard of a place called Culver. Well, of course not. Since the great turnip famine of 45, there hasn't been a Culver. I see. Everyone died then? Well, of course not. What a grisly story that would make. Everyone was quite hungry, though, and certainly thought they would die. Going too long without a proper turnip is an agony enough. No. It was the much-maligned Uncle Pinto who sold the rights to some human for a sack of turnips in one of his craving fits. They went and renamed it to Water Deep or some nonsense last I heard. That's quite a story. I doubt it's true, but... Isn't it? Of course my relatives drove Uncle Pinto out of town for such foolishness. They brought 2 sacks... They thought 2 sacks of should have been the minimum. Now then, was there something you needed? I'm looking for work if you know of any. Well now, call me a halfling, but I actually have a job you could do for me. A little errand that's a mite dangerous to perform with the street way on. Tell me about the job. How shall I explain this? Well, one of my clients, a handsome noblewoman by the name of Lady Chidale, has something that belongs to me. Technically, I suppose it belongs to her since I gave it to her, but I want it back. It's a ring, a little favor that I bestowed upon her, that has my name inscribed. Just get it away from her and back into my hands and I'll be happy, little gnome. Why do you need the ring? Well, you see, the gift was a bit of an impetuousness on my part. Lady Chidale's husband is a rather powerful man. In fact, I forgot it to hide of passion. When Lord Chidale returns, I need his wife sporting my ring. He's rather renowned for his temper, and I'm rather fond of my legs, short though they may be. Lady Chidale is, shall we say, rather oblivious to the fact that her husband might not be too fond of me when he discovers the ring. She has less sense than an elf in a shoe store, I tell you. So, are you interested in the job? Whoever brings me the ring, the ring to me will be well rewarded, I assure you. Can't you just buy it from her? Ha! The lady was overjoyed when I gave her the present, and quite angry when I asked for it back. She says she's quite fond of the ring, fonder than she is of me at present. That is why I need someone else to get the ring. Right now she won't even speak to me. Okay, I'll do it. Excellent! You'll find Lady Chidale's home not far from here. Go back towards the city gates and turn right. You see the Cutler's Inn by the south walls. Lady Chidale's home is just west of the inn. Do be kind to her though, if you can. I don't wish any harm on the doughty woman. I just don't want any harm come my way. Alright, goodbye. Do come back once you've found that ring, sir. I'll be looking forward to it. Yes, yes, yes. We'll certainly see about that. Alright, so I think Rain is in one of these rooms. Not in that one, obviously.
Okay, dokie.
Alright, let's open them up then.
It's done.
Yeah, there she is. Oop.
Well, hello to you.
Who are you? Look, I don't entertain here right now. I am reserved to go elsewhere, whether I like it or not. So please leave me alone. Who are you? Rain. My name is Rain. I have to go now soon. Could you leave, please? You don't seem happy about that. I am no fan of the High Captains, and I would rather not serve their whims if I had a say in it. I do what I'm told, however. Why would you serve the High Captains if you don't want to? Look, I don't want to get into any trouble, and talking about the High Captains is nothing but trouble. I won't tell anyone what you say. Fine. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll tell you what I know. High Captain Baram and High Captain Curve hold us hostage practically. Miss Bela has to do what they tell her, or they shut us all down. Make us all slaves or worse. Oref and I have to go to the High Captain's bases to put on a show, or do whatever else they want. We despise it, but there's nothing we can do about it. Miss Bela does her best to help us, but there's nothing she nor we can do about it. I just wish someone would visit the painful, horrible death on those men. Then this would all be over. And if someone were willing to help you, I'd gladly tell them whatever I knew. Then if it would mean those bastards' deaths. How do I find Curve then? Curve is in the West Docks district. His men come out of a gap broken in that wall. I don't suggest you use that. There's an opening in the ruins of his old tower. It's what I use when I must go and see him. You need a key to get into his base through the tower door. I have a key, which could let you inside if you want it. Yes, give me the key. Take it. It's a copy I had made. You must be careful, however. They know me, but Cursed Men will assume you are an assassin if they see you inside the base. I don't know what your plans are, truly, but I have a feeling that Curve won't like it either. Where do I find Baram? Baram has a base within the sewers of the city, full of his troops and undead monsters conjured by his sorcerer allies. The main gate is through a sewer entrance on the island east of and south of here. This base is heavily fortified but not impregnable. There's a back entrance that is not well known about. It's through a sewer grate just to the west of the brothel, by the stalls. It's the entrance I use when I must go to him. I have a key which could help you gain entrance if you like it. Yes, give me the key. Here, this should unlock the gratings for you. Be careful. They know me, but they'll think you're an assassin if they spot you. I don't presume to know your business, but kill that bastard if you can. I'll be happy to know when his days are at an end. Can they be reasoned with? I don't know. They might make a deal with you if they thought you could be put him ahead of the other High Captain somehow. Whether they bother keeping that deal is another matter entirely. No, goodbye. Thank you. All I wish is to be left alone. Ah well, my dear. I'll be working on that real hard right now. But that'll be next time. Thank you for watching.